Welcome today to this tutorial about creating your virtual classroom in Canva. Super easy, super fun. All right, so how do we get this started? Well, the first thing we're going to do is look for a presentation. You can either go to the search bar and press presentation, or you can go to templates and you will see presentation will be under business. So we're going to go ahead and press presentation. Okay. And so what you would do after this point, you see all these good options, right? But you would press a blank presentation. All right. Because what we're trying to do is create a blank presentation. But of course, I have already created one. So I just wanted to go through that to show you exactly how you get to the step that I'm going to. So that's how you get to a blank presentation. But let's go back to the home classes. This one is an art and design class because that's what I teach. And then this is more of a basic class for anybody else who doesn't teach any of the technical subjects. All right. How did I create these options? What I did was what we're going to do in this case, we're going to start with a new page because we don't want to copy anything from here. I want to show you how to create your own virtual classroom in this tutorial. So normally we would have pressed copied if we wanted to keep some of the elements that are there, but we want to start from scratch. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is, this is what I like to do. I like to go to elements and put a grid as the background. So that way I can just take the photo and put it right in the grid and I don't have to try to resize it. Okay, so we're going to look for wall. All right, and scroll down. And you would see that I use the picture with the green background. For the fun of it, let's try the brick. I saw a lot of people using brick. So that's not how to do it. So we're going to undo. We're going to drag. And we're going to place it on the inside of the grid. This picture gives you more wall space. So you have to determine if you want more wall space or do you want more floor space. You'll see in the previous two, I had more floor space than I did wall space. Okay, so I don't think we're going to need borders in this sense, but I created my borders by going to elements and selecting colors. And then these options came up. You can see it here at the top. In this case, I think let's just go with the alphabet. So let's go with ABCs. Okay. And see if anything would come up that we can use. Sometimes you might end up finding a banner with the whole alphabet. Let's type in alphabet and see what comes up. Alpha. Yeah, alphabet. What comes up? Okay, so we really can't use any of these as a banner. So let's go back to colors. I'm trying to find something where we can put on the brick background so it doesn't look so odd. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use this. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to spin the image. And we're going to use this as the border in our classroom. Okay. So a bit of a graffiti, so I kind of like it. Still can be an art class. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and create another copy of this. And one more copy. And then what I'm going to do is actually group them together. So I won't have to keep making copies. I probably could have grouped it from, oh, be careful of the Pinterest thing if you have Pinterest on your computer. I probably could have grouped it at 2. I'm going to press group. What I did is I selected it. I held down shift and selected each image. And so now what I'm going to do is actually press the plus sign and it will give me a copy of the 3. And I'm going to add this. And we're not worried about this part because we're not going to see that anyway. So that's the border in our classroom. All right, so we want to add the whiteboard. So let's go with whiteboard. You could decide if you want whiteboard or chalkboard. So we could put whiteboard in. Once you put whiteboard in, you will see that the options will come up, all of the options that you need. And you can scroll down, and this is the actual whiteboard that I used in the second image. There you go. And then the first one I used the chalkboard. So you have to decide which one you want to use. In this case, I am actually feeling something else. I want to use the screen. So I'm going to go ahead and select the screen. Did the screen go somewhere else? Okay, make sure you click the tile you're working in. So we're going to, there we go. I want to use the screen. So I'm going to stretch it, make it a little bigger because I want to put my message on there. I might even put a picture. I'm not quite sure yet, but we put a message on that board. So we want to do it big. And notice that when I click it, I have the option of changing the colors. So if I don't want it to be gray around it, I can go and I can select it. And what it does, it picks up the colors that's on your banner at the top. So say I want to add purple instead, I can put purple around it. If I want to add blue, I can put blue around it. I love this blue. So I think we're going to go with this blue. Okay. Okay. What else do we have that's up here? You want to create a chart for your wall. Simple. What you would do is you would select square. Okay. And then you can choose from any one of these that you like. Kind of like this. So we're going to select this here and we're going to resize it. You want to make it slightly smaller because we don't need it to be bigger than the board. The board is the biggest thing on here. And whatever it is that you would like, I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this. I'm going to press the plus sign because I want 2 pictures on my wall or 2 posters on my wall. Okay, I can change the color of the poster if I like. Change it to green. Okay, I'm going to change that to blue. No, because we don't want to use blue, the steel blue. Let's go with purple. Yeah, we're going to go with purple. And so what I can do, be careful of that Pinterest, I'm telling you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add an image. So I can look for, in this case, I want, all right, so we probably talk like, let's say if we were in the classroom and we wanted the kids to be reminded that they should be wearing their masks. So you can get a picture of an individual or a character wearing the mask and you can place it on here. And then you can get the lady who's always cleaning. Just to remind the kids, that in these times that so I press undo. In these times, to remain mindful of wearing your mask and staying clean. Okay, and if you want to label this, you can as well. You want to label your poster. You can press text, and you see all these wonderful options that come up. Yeah, good stuff. You can press a heading, and then you can put a caption here. Stay safe. You probably can put like a dash. Follow protocols, something like that. And you can change the colors. I'm looking for white. I want to go with white. I think that'd be good up against the background. And then you can always put a element behind this as well. So I can, same thing, rectangle. Let's see if rectangle comes up. Okay, so I want to use this one. I actually want this to be white. So I'm going to change this to white. I select the picture, select the color, and then I change that white. And let me go ahead and place this here. I can spread it out. Get a little smaller. And then what I'm going to do is actually send it backward. Yeah, so we're going to send backward. So it goes in the back of the words. And so the words are white. So we got to change that back. Go ahead to black so you can see it. All right. So you can go ahead and put your words there. Stay safe, follow protocols. All right. You want to say hi to your students. So you're going to go ahead and create a nice text on the board for them. So we're going to go with, let's try this one. I kind of like that. That looks like a movie. And so you can just say, welcome students. Welcome students. If it's too big, you can always adjust the size. You're going to go down to about 150. Good. If you want to add your name, you can. If not, you can just say welcome students. All right. Now I want to group these because I want to move this over. So we're going to press the text, press shift, and then we're going to press the back image. And then we're going to use group. Remember that we did that with the borders because I want to move this over slightly. I'm going to do the same thing with the pictures and the square. I'm going to click both of them. I'm going to click one, press shift and click the other one. And then I'm going to press group. Try again, click the picture. Careful of that Pinterest. I thought I missed it. Click, press shift, press the square and then group. So that way you can actually move both images at the same time and you won't have to be trying to figure out how to move them. And they stay together. And then I click this one and I can move this up. Okay, great. So that's our protocol wall, which seems to be timely in this pandemic that we're going through. Okay, you want to add a shelf similar to what we have here. We'll go in and we'll look, and I type in shelf. Normally with the bookshelf, they would have books in them already when you want a blank shelf. So we're going to go ahead and press shelf, and then you can scroll down to see which items you would like. I kind of like this. I know it's not a shelf, but I just want to add this anyway. Have something hanging up here from the roof. This is slightly too big, so we're going to drag the corners in and bring this over. Okay, so that doesn't work. So we're going to delete that because we can't even see that. Okay, so we're going to go back up and then come back down to make sure we didn't miss anything. Shelf, shelf. Okay, if you don't see anything you like, you could play with the words bookshelf, tall shelf. So we're going to use this one in this instance. Please ensure that your bookshelf touches the floor. If you do not allow it to touch the floor, it's going to look like it's hovering in the air. So you have to make sure that you place it down on the ground like that. All right. Now the space is very small because we got more wall than we did ground. All right. So you might want to be a little mindful. We might not want to put this. Let's remove this bookshelf because that's taking up a lot of space. We're going to go ahead and move that. So you might want to work more with images that you want your students to use. So you're going to go ahead and click that. And then we're going to use grids. What you can use is create, just press see all. You can create frames and then have your students, you can put pictures in those for your students. All right. So you can take one of these and then you can add it here and then you can adjust the size. And if you already have pictures, let's go ahead and adjust. All right. So we noticed that I had the national symbols from the Bahamas at the bottom of this class. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually put them over here. So we're going to copy it by pressing the plus sign. You're going to copy it again by pressing the plus sign again. And so we're going to create six pictures where we're going to actually put our national symbols. Okay, you'll notice that this is a little low, so I might want to take it up a little. You can either take it up or you can make them a little smaller. Remember, you drag the ends of the corners of the picture frame, make it smaller. Okay, so upload. So we're going to drag the picture frame, the coat of arms, and then you can go back to elements. And we're going to look for blue marlin. Okay, we got to spell it right first. Blue marlin. Okay, you can use any one of these if you want to do it like that, or you can use the photos and then you can put in blue marlin. You can choose the one you would like to use. We're going to use this one. Flamingo. Yellow elder. Okay. Lignum vitae. I'm going to use this photo. And then the Bahamian fly. Okay, good. I'm going to go ahead and add. Okay, so that's not a good option. So let's scroll down a little bit and see if we can find a better option. Let's try this one because it's slightly smaller in the frame. Okay, so that's going to have to work, but there are other options you can actually play with. Okay, good. So I want to now add my teacher. I'm looking to see. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and add the teacher. So we have the option of either having her standing or sitting. All right, in this case, I'm going to have a stand. Okay. And what I'm going to do is adjust the space around her to bring it a little smaller so it's better to maneuver. Okay, good. All right. So I'm going to bring her down a bit and make sure she's touching the floor. He's touching the floor because that's what we need. Okay, good. What I'm going to do, because I don't want to block, I'm going to make welcome students a little smaller so we're not blocking the teacher. And we want to always make sure the teacher's in the front. So we're going to go to front just to make sure that she's not blocked by anything. Move her over just a little bit. And if you want to add like a nice message to your students or welcome students, and if depending on your class name, you can add the class name to the screen. Okay. Welcome students, let's say of 9H. Perfect. Okay. So, and what if you want to add a rug? It's the same thing. You just go to elements. A lot of times you want to work with elements because there is no background in those images and it's fun for the kids as well. So let's look for a rug. And I really want to do this because I want to show you that there's particular rugs that you will have to use. Most of these you're not going to be able to use. You have to use a rug that appears to be laying flat, as if you can see the side of the rug. That's what you're going to have to use when you're creating. You would never use this because that will never lay flat on the floor. Let's undo. Okay, so as you scroll down, you see that there are many of them that don't lay flat, but if you look carefully, here's another one. You actually can find those that appear as if they are laying down from the side. That is very important. So we're going to go ahead and use this green one. And notice when I put it down, it's going to lay right. It's going to lay flat. But we want to ensure that it's not coming off of the page and it's actually sitting on the floor. All right. So that's good. Or you can actually put it for the teacher to stand on it. So what you would do is you'll put it by her feet and then you position backward. And so now she's actually standing on the rug. What if you wanted to add like a bean bag or something? So you would go bean bag. You might have a, okay, so there's no bean bags here. Um, let's try a chair. Let's try the chair. I wanted something, a little bit more cozier because you might have like a environment where the kids sit together, sit on the floor, they interact, collaborate, not so structured. And because it's a virtual classroom now, so you can have fun with that. Let's add a stool. Bring that in. So you're given more options, and maybe you want to add just one more stool to it. I'm a bit artsy, so I like the items that look a little more artsy, I guess. Trying to find the right word, but we're gonna go with artsy. All right, good. So we have two stools in the classroom, in our virtual classroom. So it will also give the kids a sense of peace and calm. Okay, so how do we now link the items in our classroom? All right. Say I wanted to link the coat of arms to a outside link. What would I do? I would then sorry. I would select the image, press the link button, and then I would paste my link and press apply. Okay, let's try that again. What if you want to hyperlink this to COVID-19 protocols, just so your kids would know what they should be doing at home, or, when they go out, if they are allowed to go out? You press the image, you press the link button that looks like a chain, and then you're going to go ahead, press paste, make sure you grab the link before you do this, and then you're going to press apply. Okay, and what you would see is once this goes live, whatever you would have linked for them to do, whether it be a reading, whether it be an assignment, whatever it is, you would put the hyperlink in there. In this picture as well, we have some links. You will see that the books are linked. This is actually linked to a reading assignment. The months of the year chart is actually linked to a month of the year song. So you can decide if you want to link items to a web page, a YouTube video, or if you have anything saved online, like you're in Google or in OneDrive, and you want to share it with your students, you can actually put the link in the item and have them click it, so it will take them to the shared drive space, and that way they can actually retrieve the work either on a daily or weekly basis. Okay, so this is a nice, fun way to interact with your students, to bring some life into your virtual classroom, and give them a sense, as well as yourself, a sense of being in the class. Now that we are done, we want to actually present the virtual class to our students. So there are many options that you can use. So we're going to go ahead and click the arrow down, and you will see that it allows you to present it. You can present it live to your class or whomever is watching. You can actually integrate it into Google Classroom. That's good for the Google Classroom users. You can download it. You can actually share the link. You can present it as a website, which is awesome. Or you can present it in PowerPoint. I wouldn't do the Microsoft PowerPoint, because you're going to lose any feature that you might have had that was exclusive to Canva. Okay. With the website, it will be a Canva website that will be live. Any link that you would have in there, any animation or sticker will be live. Also, the share link, you can create a link and it can be shared with any of the individuals who have the link. So if you press share, you'll notice that I can share this with my class, because I have a class where on Canva. So I can decide if I want them to edit. I can decide if I want them to just view, and I can decide if I'm not going to share it at all because it's a private item. All right. And then I can also give the option of sharing the link for them to, for others to edit, share a link to use as a template, or I can share the link for others to view, which is amazing. When we go back to download, I love this concept. You can do it as a picture. I wouldn't do it as a picture, do all that work and then leave it as a picture, but you can. But what I really like, you can do video as well, is the PDF standard. You could actually create a PDF, and what will happen is it will keep the links live. So if you create, it's like creating an interactive PDF. So if you press PDF, you can share it with your students, you can share it with their parents, and they're able to actually click the link and it will redirect them to wherever it is you want them to go. So you can create these for giving out homework. So if you want a virtual class for math where you have the homework for the week and they can click each day to receive the homework, you can do that because the PDF would be perfect for those, especially who don't have a lot of data, especially during this time. They can use the interactive PDF. All right. So those are some wonderful options that's available. And I hope you take advantage of this. Thank you for watching.